Hi, my name is Susan Bray. I am a health and energy coach, and I help busy professional and entrepreneurial women who are stressed or have high levels of stress and low levels of energy to get high levels of energy and low levels of stress. And what I'm going to be showing you today is a healthy, quick, stress-reducing, energy boosting breakfast supermuesli. But before I show you the recipe, I just wanted to address the question of stress and explain why I'm sharing this recipe with you. Because actually, I have to be honest, I don't start with diet when I'm working with people. It comes later. But I do believe that really, really great recipes, food is just such a delight, and it's one of the pleasures of life. And I think if we can make something that's really quick and really healthy, then we kill two birds with one stone. Is that the right expression? So the thing is, with stress, it is actually the norm, isn't it, of the 21st century? Everybody's stressed. But I think as women, we tend to think that success and stress shouldn't go together, because if we're successful, we should be able to get it nailed, and we shouldn't be stressed. As a result, I think a lot of us end up coping and not recognizing the levels of stress that we actually have, because we don't want to fail. We don't want to see that we're failing in our own eyes, and we don't want other people to see that we're not we're not mastering our work and our lives. So, and we do ourselves a disfavor by not being honest with ourselves, because there is a lot that we can do to turn a situation around in which we have been experiencing chronic stress to a situation where we can actually thrive. And that's what I'm passionate about. That's what my work is. That's what my passion is. And I love working with women to help them tap into their genius, so that they can experience the flow and creativity and connection in their work and in their private life, and at home with their family, with their children. And that's what I want, and that's what I want for you. Success. So I think we tend to very, very quickly have sort of three strategies. We suppress, or we ignore, or we cope, and then the strategy beyond coping is probably feeling overwhelmed. It's probably feeling the level of stress where we're thinking, okay, I want to get off this. I want to get off this wheel. This is just going too fast. And it's all okay, and we're going, you probably find yourself, experiencing all of them at different times, plus the one that we really do, it's a natural state for us to be in, but we put a lot of stuff in place, a lot of things in the way, is thriving. And you've probably experienced that as well. So my goal is to help people, help women move to the place where thriving is the smallest amount in the sort of big circle of everything, to becoming a larger portion of the way we feel. So I'm going to move on to this recipe. Now, I love this recipe, and I had it for breakfast this morning, which is one of the reasons I decided to share it with you today. It's gluten-free, but gluten is a challenge for many, many people, and you may not be aware of it. When you have too much gluten, and that too much can be, it's a varying amount for different people, but it can give you brain fog, it can make you really, really tired, and it can also have an effect on your emotions. It can make you feel flat and down, just not having a zest for life. And, obviously in a full-out engaged life like the one you have, you don't want to have anything that's kind of like a ballast around your ankle. You want to be feeling just awesome and amazing all the time. So it can also, in addition, lower your immunity, so you're less resilient. it causes inflammation in the body, whether you're noticing it now or not. It is causing inflammation on the gut level, causes digestive problems, but also on the joint level. So aching, aching joints, hips, knees, that can be something that you can also experience, or swollen joints. And it can also help in weight retention. So when you start incorporating more gluten-free, more other gluten-free grains into your diet, as well as many of the other practices that I show and in my coaching, and which I'll be showing as well in these videos. You'll notice that you'll be, as a result of having a clearer mind, a stronger body, and more stable emotions, and all the other things I was talking about, you will have much more productivity, which is obviously going to pay off in every aspect of your life, in your working life, in your home life, and in the transition between. You will feel much more in flow. Your creativity, your creative spark will be much more accessible. You'll find yourself having inspired thoughts. And you will feel adaptable and resilient, and just generally much more efficient. Your energy will be much higher, and you'll feel that you are actually gaining time. You're creating time. Time is coming from somewhere, because you don't have this element working against you. So, okay, I'm going to now show you how to make this recipe. So this is what you're going to be making. This is what it looks like. This is the energy boosting, stress reducing, super muesli. And as I say, it's made from buckwheat, goji berries, apple, nuts, seeds, and a little bit of lemon, and a little bit of honey, and a little bit of salt in there as well. And I'll put the recipe underneath at the end. The reason why this is really, really great is that it's got all the macronutrients in it. It's got protein, it's got carbohydrates, it's got fat. So you have everything in it that you need for your brain to function optimally, and your body, and feel really, really great, and have long-lasting energy. So it's nutrient-dense food. So this is my recipe in terms of these are things that I like in it. But you play with it, and you might add more seeds. You might add things that I don't have in here. And some people might say, okay, what are you doing putting fruit with grains on and kefir? I think what's really, really important is when people are making when you're making any change to your diet, it's really important that it's fun, and that it's easy, and that it's delicious. And you can always fine tune later. So we start off with buckwheat. This you can buy in a health food shop, and it's dry. This buckwheat's really, really great to use, because if you soak it for 20 minutes, half an hour. You can eat it straight away. You don't need to cook it, and you can eat it raw. You basically soften the grain, and it's the only grain that sprouts as quickly as this starts softening, beginning its sprouting process anyway. So the way to do that is what I do is I put it in a bowl. I rinse it with a sieve 2 or 3 times under running water, and then I leave it in fresh water for about 20 minutes, and then rinse it off a couple of times after that. Then you end up with, where is my muesli? Oh, I'll be right back. So you end up with this. You can see it's moist. A tip, if you don't have half an hour to wait in the morning, you could do it the night before. Just leave it out on the counter on the side. And what I often do is I put this in to soak just as I'm starting to prepare everything else, and when I'm preparing everybody else's meals, 20 minutes have gone, and then I put all the bits to put together. So while that's soaking, Then in another bowl, I just chop up my apple. I like to have a sour apple. It doesn't have very high levels of sugar. If you've got blood sugar issues, you might not want to have fruit. But anyway, I really like a really sour apple. So you put lemon juice in there, and then you can add walnuts, some soaked, and nuts and seeds are best soaked because they're easy to digest, soaked almonds. Yum, yum, yum. I like hemp seed. I'm really, really crazy about hemp seed. So you get extra minerals here and some protein. There's protein in the grains as well. Dried fruits, lovely. Mulberries are great. I love mulberries. Goji berries, amazing. Obviously, superfood. And then as much of the grain as you like. There we go. And a little bit of honey, raw honey, not processed honey because then it doesn't do any good. Raw honey is a whole food, so your body does know what to do with it, and it processes it much better as a form of sugar. If you're not having any sugars, then try stevia. And then what I do is I like to add a little bit of oil, olive oil or hemp seed oil. Those for your fats. And what I do is I love adding cinnamon and ginger and a little bit of chili. I'll put the quantities below, just a sprinkle, and a bit of salt. I think salt just really lifts the flavour for most things. And then you mix that, and look at that, isn't that great? And if you like, I love kefir, milk kefir, so I add a little bit of milk kefir, gives it lovely richness. Or you could add a really good yogurt, one that's got lacto cultures, and there you go, really quickly made, right? So you can make up enough for 2 to 3 days, and as I say, I enhance it with barley grass, which doesn't give it a really yucky flavour. It's a really nice caramelly flavour. It's actually really quite subtle. It just turns it green, which might not be your favourite colour in the morning. So that is a really, really great way to start the day. And you'll probably find that a lot of people in the family love that as well. So, I don't know, what do you think? Do you think you could go off and get the ingredients today or tomorrow and try that? I'd love to know how you get on. If you want to post underneath this video. If you have any health challenge, any energy challenges, any challenges with energy and stress, and you don't want to post them underneath this video, you can send me a message on my Facebook page, which is the best way to contact me, and I'll respond to you. Either we will be in touch, or I'll make a video especially for you. I won't name you. You obviously keep your identity anonymous, but I'll answer your challenge with a video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you know anybody who would either love this recipe or like to know more about how to thrive in stressful, challenging situations and have high levels of energy and low levels of stress, then share this video with them. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.